My. Let's check some stuff. Rachel, birthday, 29th, Hi there, I'm Rachel Florencia. You might have seen me on your screen singing, dancing, or modeling, working on a new album especially for you right now. And then Hendry, with his daughter. Music enthusiast and father. That's the new edition. Okay. My. Warm and cozy, just like a day in Barcelona. My. This is amazing. Glad you liked it. Dad. Yeah. Yes. Please just go home after you finish your drink. Not until you leave that good-for-nothing pervert. I need him. He's going to help me become more successful. I know Morris. He is not a good person. The industry has changed, Dad. It's not like 20 years ago. Yeah, it's not, I guess. Besides, since you left, he's been growing his brand, making his name, managing a lot of stars so they can become superstars. I still have my informants in the industry. He hasn't changed much. And even if he has, it wasn't for the better. You're just being paranoid. First, you were afraid of how my fans would treat me. Now you're afraid of the industry, too. What's next? You'll lock me in the house because you're afraid of the air I'm breathing? You're just too young to understand. Then make me understand, because it's definitely not helping. There are better ways. Did you learn anything from Mom? You were together for almost 15 years. But you learned nothing. Not even how to talk to your own daughter. Rachel, I'm sorry. But I'm trying, okay? Try harder. Because right now, you're not helping anyone. Not me, not you, no one. I know. But give me a chance. You know what? It will take time for me to learn, but I am learning. Or, I could return to the industry. I could try to be your manager. Dad, are you out of your mind? You've been out of touch for so long. I told you I have informants there. I'm not that out of touch. Of course there are things I need to figure out. But It doesn't work that way, Dad. You know that. Going from a girl band to a solo career won't be easy. If I take things slow, I'll lose all my momentum. If you don't want me to be your manager, can you at least choose someone other than Morris? I don't think so. Mr. Lester, his name is Morris Lester, for fuck's sake. Mr. Lester is at the height of his career now. He's my best chance right now. Don't be too paranoid, okay? I made my decision. Now please, go home, relax, and don't ever come to the studio again. I'm going back there. I need to practice for the festival. It's only a few days away, and it's a big chance to boost my presence as a solo artist. When are you going to be home? I don't know. I'll be staying at the hotel the label provided. But that's... See you, Dad. Wait, Rachel. God, his fears are so fucking genuine. Like, God. Both the music and the film industry are fucking disgusting with, like, perverts and pedos and shit. It's crazy. Excuse me for a moment, Alexander. I'm sorry about what just happened. You don't have to apologize. Yeah, we were busy minding our own business anyway. What? You didn't hear their argument, Myrtle? Of course I heard them. I just chose to ignore most of it. It's none of my business, is it? That's amazing. What's so amazing about that? I don't think I can do that. Dividing and focusing my attention so completely? Especially when there's an argument like that. Are you saying you weren't listening to my advice and you were focusing on them instead? No, I was listening. I made notes. See, you didn't even realize. But you are capable of focusing your attention. Now that you mention it, it happens naturally, I guess. Being born into a big family is useful after all. Yes, sometimes you don't even realize what we're capable of doing. By the way, do you want to head back now? Yeah, it is pretty late. Yo, Alexander, we're leaving. Hope you had a good time. Thank you for the drinks as usual. Please take care on your way home. Slurp, slurp, slurp. Oh, Aqua slurping her way into our hearts. I guess that's all for tonight. Oh, you're back, Mr. Hendry. You also took your cup outside and then brought it back in. Are you alright, sir? Sir?
Oh, yes. Please don't worry about me.
Did you manage to catch up on Did you manage to catch up on Miss Rachel?
No, I lost her.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm sure she's alright.
I hope you're right.
By the way, pardon me for asking.
Yes.
Throughout your argument with Miss Rachel, something kept bugging me.
What's that?
Why did you leave the music industry?
Now that's a trip down memory lane.
You don't have to tell me if it makes you uncomfortable.
Oh no, it's fine. I left around 20 years ago, just as we were welcoming the beginning of the new millennium. It was a great time for girl bands, you know? They were huge in the 90s, and they were still enjoying the leftover sensation of the past decade. I met my wife while working. She worked for a record label. That's how we met. I decided to get married and settle down. I wanted a peaceful life.
You didn't find peace managing girls' bands?
Oh god, no. The politics, the dark side of the industry, none of it's good. What hit me hardest was the fans. Toxic fans are the worst. The teenage girls especially. They were crazy about their idols, to the point where they started doing really unimaginable stuff.
Oh, I know. Hey, if you want to know why I hate K-pop and J-pop and anything in the idol industry, there's a great video by Cuck Philosophy called the Late Capitalism of K-pop. I strongly recommend you check it out. That channel, the name of that video sounds super politically slanted, but it's really not. It's a very neutral, honest take on North Korea and how it handles the K-pop industry. Furthermore, you can look into Tokyo Idols if you want to see more of it. It is a disgusting, corrupt, fucked up industry that not only is disgusting, corrupt, and fucked up, but is thoroughly artificial and offers very little artistically. That's why I'm a fan of Vocaloid, because honestly, it's the complete opposite of K-pop and J-pop, because it encourages the creativity of fans, and it's completely missing. It has the same charm and cuteness without any of the corruption or mistreatment of people. Like what?
Spending all their money trying to copy the superstar lifestyle, abandoning their responsibilities, their families, and the men. They were even worse. They sexualized the girls in every way you could possibly imagine. Edited photos, stalking, outright sexual assault. It was before the internet, mind you. I mean, the internet existed. But it wasn't as mainstream as it is now. It wasn't even the target of the abuse, but it haunted me. It was everywhere. Don't talk to me about peace. I couldn't sleep back then. Not getting enough sleep is dangerous for cats.
What do you do for a living now?
After we got married, my wife and I opened a record store. It's not big, but we have a very specific audience. We're niche, but they love us for it. It's more than enough for our little family. You said you're still in touch with your friends in the music industry? They visit my place from time to time.
Oh shit, I misread that line.
And we meet up at least once a year. Usually it's at my place. Gosh, look at the time. I should go home too.
Are you going to be alright by yourself?
Don't worry about me. I'm an old cat. We're stronger than most people think. See you later, Alexander. And sorry for bringing our fight to your place again.
Don't worry about it.
Alright then, goodbye.
Yeah, Rachel should be really careful. It's a messed up world out there. Especially when... Basically, the problem with these kind of industries when it comes to Morris Lester or whoever... Specifically what he's talking about is perverted Asians. Asians? Did I just say Asians? Are you fucking kidding me? Christ. Perverted agents. The problem with perverted agents is ultimately that... basically when you give people the power and the money equals power. Like when you have enough money, you can do pretty much whatever you want. And the people who have that much money and power, celebrities, politicians, that kind of thing, they tend to be sexually devious, because when you can get whatever girl or boy or guy that you want, and just regular sex doesn't do it for you anymore, you naturally have to indulge in more deviant things. And oftentimes those things are criminal things. However, they're immune to them because they're immune to any sort of trouble because they have the money to just leave the country. and basically escape the law if they ever get into trouble, and as well as bribing people, paying them off. And also the industry has this attitude of this is just what happens, this is just how it is, rather than actually trying to fight it. If you're aware of the whole Me Too movement that happened, the people who were part of it and allowed it to happen tried to make a political thing rather than a power-based thing, then you know pretty much, you know a lot about it already. This is a dark session. Getting into a lot of heavy social commentary here. I'm liking this game. Thursday, October 1st, 2020. This is my last day for now. Let me see how long the session is going. Coachella organizer reminds parents not to allow their children to attend unsupervised. Rachel Florencia confirmed to perform at Coachella 2020. Gil Naiman and Maruki Harukami collaborate for a new IP. Oh, hey. Freya will be happy to hear that. Let's read today's article. The only reason to learn how to fly. It happened again, I told her as I exhaled smoke. What? I took the train once to get here and fell in love twice. Not this again, she sighed, looking like she wanted to stub her own cigarette out on my face. I just can't help it. She says nothing. It's way easier, you know, seeing someone from afar, letting your imagination roam as you daydream about how he or she lives, ignoring the fact that what you see is not the way they really are. It's way easier. You can't keep doing this to yourself. You know, you need something real. I mean, this might be a stupid suggestion, but you're still using that dating app, right? Try to be more open-minded while you use it. I agree. Good. I agree that it was a stupid suggestion. She looked pissed. I couldn't blame her. It's not like this was the first time we talked about this. In fact, this conversation tended to happen around once a season. You need to stop overthinking. Go out and stop putting in. Ugh. Wow, I'm trying to read too fast. You need to stop overthinking. Go out and stop putting impossible expectations on people. You know I can't do that. I've tried. I get overexcited at any opportunity. And how's that serve you so far? Now I was the one who said nothing. I'm afraid. I said. Of what? Of what'll come later. I'm afraid that even if I find the right person for me, the people around me won't accept them, whoever they are. Fuck the people around you. Thank you! Another stupid suggestion. I could be jailed for that. Okay, she took a long drag of her cigarette and narrowed her eyes at me. What happened to you recently? Huh? You don't usually overthink quite this much, so something must have happened. The truth is, something did happen, something too silly to even be discussed, but she knew me. She knew about my problems, so I told her. I watched a stand-up comedy show. Seriously? It's true, I watched one of my favorite stand-up comedians. I knew he had recently got married to someone he loves. Someone I thought was very similar to him. All this time, I thought he took the easy way out, finding someone who'd quickly be accepted by the family he was born in and the family he's about to make. But it turned out, his journey was far from easy. There were hardships I never knew he faced, and when he talked about it, it scared me. Why? The fact that I'll have to deal with it someday. The fact that I might have to choose between... I sighed. At least when I see people on the train and imagine a life with them, those imaginary people don't create these kind of problems. They do create a different kind of problem, though. She's right. You know, sometimes I feel like I want one of the... sometimes I want to go to the... Christ. You know, sometimes I feel like I want to go to the tallest building in the city and jump. I said. To die? That's not a... To fly, you fool. Because if that really happened, all the things that are scaring me won't matter. I can fly. Why the hell would I still care about these boring everyday problems? Ain't that the dream, weirdo? She said as she lit another cigarette, leaving the discussion unresolved until it comes back around at the spring rains. That was an interesting story, and it does see it's like... I feel like... To truly appreciate the good things in life, we have to be exposed to hardship to know how good those things really are. I mean, ever since I was a little kid, all I wanted to do was just sit around and play my video games. I wanted to be left alone. I wanted a girl I could rely on, I could go to with my problems, and who would always listen to me and care, and who would basically cling to me. And then when I wasn't talking to her, I would just sit and play my video games by myself. And then I had that dream come true for 3 years of my life. And it was amazing for the first half of the year. But over time, I stopped enjoying the things that I loved so much. I started finding more and more things to dislike about my life, my girlfriend, my games. The only thing I really loved was my cat. And that's because I had to fight to keep her in the house and keep her around. It was a struggle raising her, and because I had to struggle, I was able to truly appreciate her when she came up and rubbed her head on my beard. Because I would just sit at my desk, right, and I'd play my game, and then the cat would climb on up and rub her head on my beard, and it was really nice. And after a while, me and my girlfriend stopped talking to each other, and I'd stop playing my video games, and I would spend all my time talking to other people on the internet, because at least they were new and interesting and had problems I could help solve. And after a while, all the emotion had died, and she just broke up with me, and I went home. And the point of this I'm trying to say is that if you don't expose yourself to hardship, you won't enjoy life because you have nothing to compare it to. Right now, I'm dealing with a situation where I got into a car accident and didn't handle it properly. I forgot to call the police and let them know that I got into a car accident because I'm new at driving and I'm basically still a kid. And that has caused me so much stress and panic. I'm also dealing with having no medical insurance. I owe more money on my taxes now. I have all these new bills because I just finally moved out onto my own and I'm trying to live like an adult. I also need to buy furniture and even a bed for myself. I'm trying to pursue my pleasures while still trying to secure my life. Even my car's damaged and I gotta repair it, but I have all these things stressing me out. However, I actually enjoy video games again. I can actually sit down and play a game without getting too bored and just turning my brain off to watch a bunch of YouTube videos because it's easy. I can sit down and watch movies and anime and stuff now. I can even stream without having to feel like I'm wasting my time. It's a nice feeling. Anyways, let's get back to the video game I'm supposed to be streaming. Sorry, we're not open yet. Oh, Neil, you've come very early today. Is there anything I can help you with?
There is definitely...
Christ.
Fury! There is definitely something that you can do!
What is it?
Can we work here?
No. Excuse me. What?
Is it possible for us to work here?
What? Why?
We have learned something precious since we first arrived here. Communication is very important on Earth. And Earthlings communicate in very complicated ways. It blows our mind to learn that you need to mix between verbal and non-verbal communication here.
Yes, but I can see that your communication skills improved an awful lot since you've arrived.
That's true. That is true. But it is not enough. Some of the biggest lessons about Earthlings we have learned. We learned them here. This made us think. Instead of focusing on finding a breeding partner, we should focus on learning how to communicate with Earthlings properly.
Sounds like a good strategy.
That is why we asked you to allow us to work here.
Because you want to interact with our customers?
That is correct.
I'm not sure about this. Neil, normally if you were applying for a job on Earth, you have to go through certain processes before you finally get the job, if you get it at all.
Oh.
Let me think this over, if you don't mind. And I'll let you know tomorrow.
Oh no. We are sorry for our spontaneity. But it has to be today.
May I know why?
Because we are leaving for an event tomorrow.
Okay. I wouldn't recommend... He says okay, right? But this guy's an illegal immigrant. You could get in big trouble for employing him and have the shop shut down, actually, as well as getting Neil in trouble. But Neil should probably take on a different appearance. Okay.
Thank you.
But with one condition. You won't be making any drinks. I'll handle that.
Once I'm done, you'll give the cup to the customer.
A cup to the customer.
Understood.
There are other things you need to keep in mind.
What is that?
Dealing with the customers. Some people come here just to chill. They might come for just a drink, work, or to read something. I strongly suggest you let them be. But always be prepared if they want to talk about something.
How can we know whether people want to be left alone or not?
That won't be easy. But you'll be able to judge based on their body language.
Non-verbal signs.
Yes.
That'll be very hard for us.
Indeed. Don't worry. I'll give you a sign when you should start talking, or when you should stop.
Thank you. We will need that so much.
Well, that's basically all you need to do here.
Do we need special outfit to do the job?
Not really. I'll lend you an apron, though, to help keep your suit clean, and to differentiate you from the customers. You don't really need more differentiation, but it'll make you look more legit for the job.
That is a very earthling thing to do.
Yes, it is. Alright, then. Are you ready for this?
We are.
Okay. Let's start the night. Welcome. Holy wow! What the hell is happening?
Good evening, Miss Freya.
Hey, Alexander, what's going on here? Well, Neil's working here tonight. And I thought I was the one who brought bad news. I never thought this place would be ground zero for an alien invasion. It's not that. Neil's just helping out. You never look like someone who needs help.
There are a few things to clarify here, Freya.
Yeah, fuck.
There are a few things to clarify here, Freya. First, our mission was never about conquering Earth. In fact, it was the other way around. Second, judging from the situation, we are actually the person who's getting help from the barista, not the other way around.
What?
We have learned some things since we have arrived. We've come to a conclusion. Before starting another breeding mission, we should learn more about how things communicate. We thought this place was the best place to learn.
And you just agreed to this? On one condition. I make the drinks. Neil will only be here to serve and communicate. Fair trade. What's in it for you, then? What? You're helping them here. What do you get in return?
Now that you mention it, is there anything... If there's anything you want from us, please do not hesitate to ask.
Now mention it. Well, maybe you can be my next story. I can write an article about your work here. Right, if I still need to write for the paper again. What happened? The chief found out. Oh. Is that why you didn't come yesterday? Yes. How did you find out? You remember my fateful meeting with a higher up? In the elevator? Yes. The same thing happened with my chief. They met each other on the lift, and the higher up mentioned our encounter to her. The chief called me into her office, and things went downhill from there. She realized immediately that this was the reason for my poor performance lately. She didn't like it, of course. I'm sorry to hear that. What are you going to do now? Write the goddamn novel, I guess. And after that, hope that it sells well. If not, I don't know.
We do not understand what is really happening, Miss Freya, but we feel the immense sadness and frustration you feel. How about a warm cup of drink? It is on the house.
Huh? You're allowed to do that?
We will pay for the drink.
No, it's okay. It's on the house. That was a nice thing to do, Neil.
That was the best thing to do according to our senses.
It was.
So what do you want to drink, Miss Freya?
Your favorite.
Our favorite?
Anything. I trust you with the decision. Triple shot? I'm doing this one because it's what I gave him last time. It's anything. Nice. The hand is orange now because Neil's serving it.
Here is your drink, especially crafted by the owner of this coffee shop.
Well, who else is going to brew it? Thank you so much for this. I always wondered why your place only served hot drinks, but today I might have an idea why. How far along are you with the novel? I can prepare the draft in a few days, I think. Now that I don't really need to care about other deadlines. Have I managed to infuse some coffee and creativity into my blood? That sounds doable, even without the caffeine infusion.
Excuse me, Miss Freya. We have learned extensively about Earthlings' bodies, about all the races. We do not think infusing your blood with coffee would be advisable.
I'm sorry, Neil. I'm not really in the mood for this sort of conversation.
It was just...
Neil, Freya wasn't serious about infusing herself with coffee.
Oh. We are glad to hear that, then.
That was a figure of speech, Nier.
Ah, we have heard about that term. It is still very hard to understand your language. It'll always be hard. Languages will...
Wow, did I misread that shit?
It'll always be hard. Languages will keep changing. Understood! At least we are here now to learn the basics of how Earthlings communicate. Miss Freya, if we may ask.
Ask away.
How fast do you write?
Not fast enough, apparently.
But do you have numbers?
Numbers?
How many words do you produce per day?
I don't think I have the exact number, but full-time, I should be able to write between 3,000 and 5,000 words per day.
That's a lot.
That's raw. After that, I still need to edit it. I usually end up with about half of what I originally wrote.
According to our research, the standard number of words for the thing you need to write is between 50 and 100,000.
That's right. But for this draft, I don't need to write that much.
That is a pleasant information to hear. How many words do you need to write?
Let's see. I think it should be around 15,000 words.
That's pretty big for a pitch draft.
Well, it's GRA Media, the biggest publisher around.
If we count based on the number of words, it seems like you'll be able to achieve your target easily.
I wish. Writing isn't only about the number of words, Neil. It requires things outside the mere word count. If we only judged writers by their ability to write a large number of words, then we wouldn't have poetry or short stories.
That's pretty hard to understand.
But we learned
beforehand that art is a difficult matter, even for Earthlings.
Yep.
Earthlings seem to have a fascination for things which are hard to understand, from languages to arts.
Right again. But you're not wrong about writing, you know. Word count is one of the few things you can objectively judge a story by. It's not the most important thing, but it's still up there.
So it's still a valid parameter.
Definitely.
Cool.
That didn't sound at all like you. I guess you really are learning something on Earth.
Oh, another guest. Good evening, Miss Myrtle.
I won't even ask. Except for one thing. Who's making the drinks?
I'm still the one responsible for that.
Good. Coffee with a little bit of ginger, please. Coffee, ginger. Brr.
Shabams.
Jahetubruk. Serve that shit.
Your order is ready.
Not bad. Thanks.
You are welcome.
What brings you here today, Miss Myrtle?
Psst. Neil, some people welcome to a coffee shop just to sit without being disturbed. Oh, that definitely seems to fit Miss Myrtle's visits here.
Actually, I'm not here to just sit without being disturbed.
Huh.
Pardon us. I was just training Neil on how to talk to the customers here. I can see that. You're still trying to get laid.
Oh! No, we are not. We are tasked with learning how Earthlings communicate with each other.
Yeah, that's a step in the right direction.
One suggestion. If you want to blend in with us, stop using such formal language. Start talking the way we talk. Start listening to the way we listen. Which essentially is not really listening at all. That would be very difficult to achieve, but we will try. Step by step.
One small step for you. Might be one giant leap for your kind.
That was nicely said, Miss Freya. By the way, Miss Myrtle, now that we know you are not here for your usual activities, are you here for someone, then?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, is it Aqua?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. What's the occasion?
No special occasion. It's just...
Ah, speak of the devil. I'm sorry. I'm late. I was supposed to leave early, but... What is this? What is happening here? I already told the barista to call the cops when he's said he's going to breed here. Where is Alexander?
Miss Aqua, please relax. I'm here.
Oh, you're safe.
Yes, everything is fine.
Whew. Okay. Please let me take a breath.
Here, please drink this water.
like the thing that he just dumps the water on her head.